Sitting across from someone on a first date, your mind is flooded with questions like, do they like me? Am I saying the right things? Should I have worn something else? Only to realize hours later that you have no idea if you even enjoyed yourself. If this is you, you're approaching first dates with the wrong mindset entirely, and it's making your dates feel awkward, forced, and ultimately unsuccessful. Today, we want to talk about how to shift your perspective on first dates from trying to impress someone to actually evaluating whether they're worth your time. We're going to explore how to prepare yourself mentally, what green and red flags to watch for, and why taking away the pressure will actually make you more attractive and help you enjoy the experience more. Let's start with the most important truth about first dates. They're not job interviews where you're desperately trying to get hired. Instead, they're where two people are deciding if there's potential for something more. Yet most people approach first dates as though they need to perform, convince, and qualify themselves to the other person. Instead of asking yourself, how do I make this person like me? You need to start asking, do I even like this person? This isn't about being self-centered or dismissive. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and emotional investment are valuable. You deserve to be with someone who genuinely excites you, not just someone who agrees to show up. When you go into a date trying to make someone like you, you're already operating from a place of scarcity and insecurity. You're performing instead of being authentic. You're monitoring their reactions instead of evaluating your own feelings. You're so focused on whether they're enjoying themselves that you forget to notice whether you're enjoying yourself. This creates a dynamic where you're not showing up as your genuine self. Instead, you're showing up as whoever you think they want you to be. People with this mindset often end up in relationships where they've essentially auditioned for a role rather than connected as equals. And then they wonder why the relationship doesn't feel authentic or satisfying. It's because it was never built on genuine mutual interest. It was built on one person performing and the other person evaluating. So how do you actually shift into this healthier mindset? It starts before you even leave your house. The goal is to get yourself into a relaxed, confident state where you're focused on enjoying yourself rather than obsessing over every detail. One simple but powerful technique is to do something that loosens you up and gets you feeling good before the date. This might sound silly, but it works. Put on music that makes you feel energized and confident. Dance in your car or your room. Do something physical that gets you out of your head and into your body. You can also reframe your anxiety by remembering that the other person is likely just as nervous as you are. They spent time getting ready, wondering if you'll like them, worrying about whether the conversation will flow. When you shift your focus away from your own anxiety and recognize that this is a shared experience, it takes some of the pressure off. Another crucial element of preparation is having a plan. Indecisiveness kills attraction. Don't ask, what do you want to do, or where should we go? That puts unnecessary decision-making on them and signals that you're not taking initiative. Instead, suggest a specific place and time. Let's meet at this coffee shop at 7 on Thursday is infinitely more attractive than, where do you want to meet? What works for you? Having a go-to venue also reduces your thinking. When you're familiar with a place, you're more comfortable and confident. You're not worrying about whether the food is good or if it'll be too loud to talk. You can focus entirely on the interaction instead of managing scenarios in real time. The first few minutes of a date set the tone for everything that follows. This is where most people make critical mistakes. They're so nervous that they're stiff, awkward, or overly formal. The solution is to break the physical and verbal tension immediately. When you first see your date, give them a warm greeting. Make good eye contact, smile genuinely, and offer a hug. This simple gesture breaks the touch barrier right away and signals that you're comfortable and confident. It also helps both of you relax into the interaction rather than sitting stiffly wondering when or if physical contact will happen. You can also set a playful, flirtatious tone from the start. A simple, "You look great tonight," with good eye contact and a warm smile establishes that this is a date, not a business meeting. Don't be over the top or make it uncomfortable. Just be clear enough that you're both aware this is a romantic context. The key is in the delivery. Don't look away or mumble it nervously. Make eye contact, speak slowly and confidently, and then move on naturally. This creates a foundation where flirtation and attraction can build throughout the evening rather than trying to force it awkwardly at the end. Here's something most people don't think about. The setting and activity you choose can either increase or eliminate awkwardness entirely. Consider choosing activities that give you both something to focus on besides each other. Going for a walk along a river or through an interesting neighborhood means you're side by side, experiencing the world together. There's scenery to comment on, people to observe, spontaneous moments to react to. This stops you from being trapped in chairs, forcing eye contact, but allows you to explore a sense of physical connection. A hand on their arm when making a point, a playful nudge when they say something funny. These small moments of physical connection build comfort and attraction. If the date is going well, think about a progressive date. You don't have to just stay in one place for 3 hours. You can start at one location for drinks, then suggest walking to another spot for dinner and another for dessert. Maybe there's a rooftop area or an outdoor patio you can move to. Each location change creates a new environment, new things to talk about, and new opportunities for connection. This strategy also creates multiple memories. If you spend 3 hours in one spot, that's one memory. If you visit 3 different locations in the same amount of time, that's 3 distinct memories associated with you. This naturally strengthens the connection and makes the date feel more eventful and exciting. One of the biggest mistakes people make on first dates is either talking too much about themselves or asking boring yes or no questions that kill the conversation. The person asking the questions is actually the one in control of the conversation, so use this power wisely. Instead of asking closed questions like, "Do you like your job?" ask open-ended ones like, "What's the most interesting project you're working on right now?" Or, "What got you into that field in the first place?" These questions invite longer, more revealing answers that give you actual insight into who they are. By doing this, you're not just collecting information, but also evaluating whether you're genuinely interested in their answers. Are they passionate about anything? Can they hold an engaging conversation? These are the things that matter far more than whether they check certain boxes on paper. Also, be mindful of how much you're sharing about yourself. Many people make the mistake of oversharing, giving away their entire life story in the first hour. This kills mystery and makes you less interesting. Keep your answers concise and intriguing. Give the relationship space to build trust over time, rather than volunteering everything up front. While you're having this conversation and moving through the date, you should be actively looking for green and red flags. This helps you protect your time and energy by identifying early warning signs or positive indicators. Green flags could be them asking questions about you and seeming genuinely curious about your answers. They're present and engaged, not constantly checking their phone. They laugh easily and seem comfortable being themselves. They share openly, but don't overshare or trauma dump. They're respectful to service staff. They show interest in making future plans. They seem emotionally available and not overly focused on an ex or past relationships. Red flags could include talking only about themselves and never asking about you. They're dismissive or defensive when you share your thoughts or feelings. They're rude to waitstaff or service workers. They constantly check their phone or seem distracted. They complain excessively about their life, job, or other people. They bring up their ex constantly or seem emotionally unavailable. They push physical boundaries or make you uncomfortable. They try to control where you go or what you do. Pay attention to how you feel during the date. Do you feel relaxed and comfortable? Or are you walking on eggshells, trying not to say the wrong thing? Do they make you laugh? Do you feel like you can be yourself around them? These gut feelings are important. You need to remind yourself that it's just a first date. It's not a marriage proposal or a commitment. It's simply two people spending an hour or two together to see if there's mutual interest. When you remember this, it takes enormous pressure off the situation. Stop thinking in terms of, this person could be the one, or I need this to work out. That level of investment before you even know someone creates desperation and anxiety. Instead, approach it as a low-stakes opportunity to meet someone new and see if there's a connection worth exploring. This is why drinks or coffee are ideal for first dates rather than expensive dinners. Keep the investment low, both financially and emotionally. If the date isn't going well, you can wrap it up after one drink and go home. You're not stuck at a 3-course meal with someone who's checking their phone every 5 minutes or talking about their ex the entire time. When you keep first dates simple and low pressure, you're also signaling confidence. You're not trying to buy someone's affection with an expensive meal. You're not overcompensating. You're simply saying, let's grab a drink and see if we enjoy each other's company. This casual confidence is far more attractive than grand gestures born from insecurity. A common mistake is treating the entire date as platonic and friendly, then trying to make a sudden move at the end. This creates awkwardness because you're going from zero physical and romantic tension to suddenly trying to kiss someone. Instead, you should be gradually escalating throughout the date. This doesn't mean being aggressive or pushy. It means incrementally increasing physical touch, flirtation, and intimacy as the date progresses. Maybe you start with a hug at the beginning, then later you touch their arm when making a point. Then you sit a bit closer at the next location. Then there's a moment where you're standing close together looking at something. The same goes for verbal flirtation. Don't save all your flirtatious comments for the end. Sprinkle them throughout. Tease them playfully. Give genuine compliments. Create moments of eye contact that linger just a bit longer than normal. Each of these small escalations builds comfort and attraction, making any physical affection at the end feel natural. Think of it as building a staircase. Each step is small and manageable. By the time you reach the top, it doesn't feel like a big leap. Throughout all of this, the most important thing is to remain authentic. Yes, you're being strategic about how you structure the date and how you escalate. But you're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're not performing or putting on a show. The goal of all these strategies is actually to help you be more yourself, not less. When you're not anxiously trying to make someone like you, you're free to express your actual personality. When you're focused on whether you like them, you're paying attention to your genuine reactions rather than monitoring theirs. When you've removed the pressure, you can actually enjoy the experience. If you find yourself constantly adjusting your behavior to get a certain reaction from them, that's a sign you're not being authentic. And even if you start a long-term connection with them, you're setting yourself up for a relationship where you can never relax and be yourself.
So what does all of this look like in practice?
You've prepared yourself mentally. You've chosen a simple, comfortable venue. You show up confident and relaxed. You greet them warmly and set a playful tone. You ask engaging questions and actually listen to the answers, evaluating whether this person is someone you're genuinely interested in. You pay attention to green and red flags. You gradually escalate physical touch and flirtation throughout the evening. You keep it light and pressure-free. And most importantly, you stay true to yourself. At the end of the date, you should have a clear sense of whether you want to see this person again. Not because they checked boxes or seemed impressive, but because you genuinely enjoyed their company and felt excited about the possibility of getting to know them better. Remember, a first date is just a first impression. It's a glimpse into who someone is, not the complete picture. Some amazing people are nervous on first dates. Some charming people turn out to be terrible partners. Give it a fair shot, but don't overinvest based on a single interaction. The goal isn't to have a perfect date. The goal is to show up authentically, create an environment where both people can relax and connect and honestly evaluate whether there's something worth pursuing. When you approach dating with this mindset, the entire experience becomes less stressful and far more enjoyable. So, what do you think? Have you been approaching first dates with the wrong mindset? What strategies have helped you feel more confident and authentic? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your experiences might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If you found this helpful, check out our other content and subscribe for more.